Hello. Do a quick white balance on this. Alrighty. Let's see here. Gonna zoomerate a bit. It's quite dark. Let me fix. Okay. White balance is fine. I just gotta fix the color. To adjust this every day. Just leave this up. So I'm actually gonna decorate this a little bit. that's good. Okay. So this I'm just playing around with. I did just glued this onto the gesso that broke, so I'm working on that right now. The kids' music one is kind of fun. All right, so I'm just gonna mess with it a little bit. Trace some of these lines with my ink. Whoa. Yeah, man, let's mess with it. Welcome, Ace, to the room. How's it going? Do you like this music? Hold on. I chose the kids' channel today, the music. I like it. It's upbeat and weird. Actually, I'll wait for the black line. I'll start with something else. Do something else. What's happening? You stealing my cat? That's fine. He'll come right back. It's not like you can keep him.
I love his little teeth.
He loves his teeth too. So he can completely bypass them when he just swallows food. He doesn't chew at all. This music, oh, let's do it on that side there. Actually, there. This music makes me want to draw cutesy shit. Let's do a, stop it, here. What, see? See, look. Innovation. Adapt. Overcome. Oh no, this is too dramatic for kids. We can't. There we go. No, too much. Calm down, Doe. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. They had these on sale, Amazon Prime. It was the only thing I thought about getting was more of these.
What if I just slapped the blue on myself?
Brian could help you.
Brian?
Why don't you just wait? Oh my God, you're so
I
impatient.
want to do it now.
You're like, I don't want to do it today. And now you're like, I want to do it now.
Yeah. I'm gonna go on.
I literally just started a stream.
I'll ask
Brian might help you. Where do you want it? Just at the bottom? That would be an interesting.
I was just gonna put it all over my
That'll be an experiment. Yeah, go for it. Do you know which one you're using?
No.
Well, that'll work out. All right, so this is free real estate. Oops. These are the worst. I never use my good stuff. I'm always like, let me get the crappiest thing to use. Fine. fine. I'll use this. I know this will work. This is dip. Can you please? Fine. Bad design. That's a little too much. Let's do some like slow. And let's do BPM. It's fine. This is just going to be for my room, just to put stuff in. He'd what?
He'd supervise.
Nice. Ooh.
Ooh. Yeet.
Brian, did she tell you what she did to me? She came in the bedroom earlier and she's like, I don't want to do my hair today.
Yeah, I told Brian that
I don't feel good. And then she came in and she's like, I want to do my hair now. You told Brian what? Yeah.
Look at him. He's so cute. His face.
He is cute. Aw. Look at my cat, you guys. He's such a goofy. Yep. Baby. Oh. He's such a baby.
A baby.
Such a baby. I need to wash that that towel. I always wash the towel for him because the cats lay there. But it always gets goopy like so fast because they shed so much hair. He probably needs to be brushed again. Now it's all bright again. Damn it. When the sun comes out, it gets super bright, and then what?
I said I'm gonna change my shirt.
Yeah.
Because I want to wear this shirt to dinner.
Okay. Oh, when we go to Culver's? Yeah, I'm sure you've got some shirts you can wear for this. I do have a thing.
Hair dyeing shirt.
I have a thing you can put on. What?
Do you have a hair dyeing shirt?
Don't you have like some?
No.
I'm sure Mom gave you some shirts you could use.
Probably.
Well, you don't need a hair dyeing shirt. You need to use the hair dyeing thing.
The towel?
There's like there's a smock. You know what I'm talking about? It's plastic. It's on the floor next to the chair in the living room, I think. It's on the floor next to the chair in the living room. I think. I could be wrong. Hold on. 1 second. This is going to be a disaster. Change your shirt.
Okay.
Here, I probably have some.
Okay, it's here. I have it here.
Where are you? The best way to do it if you're gonna put it all and you're putting it all over, not just the ends. Okay. It's just to put it in your hands and put it through your hair with your hands. That's like the easiest way. Like I suggest very calmly putting it in your hands with the gloves and then just rubbing it through your hair, bottoms first up into the roots, and then you'll be able to like use this and see behind you. Yes. You should be able to see if you're like right here. Understand where I am? To the mirror, so like you can see the back of your hair.
Yeah.
So just don't move that. Well, you can see it okay? Still too high? Well, you were on your tiptoes, that's all I asked. You can see
Yeah,
it?
that's high.
You see it all? So the problem is once you get up in here, so what you'll want to do, you'll take this part first, separate it here and flip it up. Start down here, do all the bottom, do up into here, and then slowly let these layers down, and then get up in there. That way you make sure that you get this part. This is quite a mess. It's going to take a lot of dye. I'm going to mix it up for her. I'll just do it. I'll be right back.
I'm here.
Alright, so I'm just gonna mix glue in. I'm too sick for this. Nothing happened.
At least I don't have as much hair anymore.
Got it. What?
Why does it smell like icing?
Huh?
Why did you say it smells like icing?
It smells like icing. Smell it.
Yeah?
That's why I said it smelled like that. This color's not gonna mix with this color. I mean, it will, but it's not.
I can't see that. It's just gonna be a surprise.
Let me put some red in it.
Okay.
The bottom part down your finger.
Yeah.
Give me the lip. Shut up.
Got it.
This is not my day. This is not my week.
It needs more conditioning.
This is not my life. Want my help or not?
Yeah.
You gonna keep laughing at me, or are we gonna? I'm just gonna leave you with half your hair done and we'll walk away.
It's fine. I'll just go to school.
No, you won't. Well, you can't finish with my hair. Okay, this is better. It's okay.
Ooh, that smells like that. I mean, I might as well go all out.
It's so sweet. It feels awful.
Yep, that's when my hair was like that.
Brian, this conditioner is nasty. No, hers. It smells like a cake exploded in here. And it's got like chunks in it.
Just come here.
Wait, stay still. Oh, you made me get on the floor. So this is like super dark down here, so I'm gonna add papers. part that I'm making purple sits on top, so like down here I'm still gonna make it blue, it's fine. Poor baby. The poor baby, are you cool?
Not really. I'm actually really
I'm just streaming with nothing.
You can do this. Right? I love that sound.
Schlorp that hair guy. Here we go.
I love being edgy.
Yes, this is so edgy. It's like only like the most awkward thing to do right now.
Not your hair?
Like, it was edgy when I was in high school.
I mean, it's edgy for me.
Like, it was edgy when I was in high school to the point that I couldn't get in show choir in college because, like, they were like, the tan and the pink hair. It's just not, it's not going.
Did you just slap my ear?
Did you just whine at me about doing your hair for free? Oh, it's so sticky, sweet smelling. God.
Yep.
It's gonna be like right up here, right? And then we'll go. You know, the opposite. Other words than things. So I'm putting this directly in, and then what'll happen is because this is more concentrated, it'll blend down into this over time. Get the excess.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good, man. Where are the hair dye towels? Still not in them.
I don't know where they are.
You can tell they're all, it's the ugly ones.
Where?
Right here.
I'm so lost.
I can't see. Oh. Not my fault. All right, well, come on back.
It's not my fault either.
Things that are my fault.
Being blind.
You being blind, specifically. Somebody's fault, not mine.
Thanks, Mom.
I like how mom's
My
like,
fault.
supposed to wear glasses, but I didn't. Gosh, she's such a good role model. Every way. So here's the problem I'm gonna have with her is that she's gonna be like, well, you can pay some taxes. And I mean, right, I can do that, but she doesn't understand. I don't pay a tax refund. I would get the credit, but I don't get a refund because I pay taxes.
Hi, Brian.
You have to pay taxes. Does this feel like a
That's not a
cupcake
cake.
factory exploded in me? Yes. Oh! Oh! What's going on?
Why is this so
you to your shirt or anything or whatever. I'll do the sink later. Okay, all right. What am I drinking? That is nasty. That is nasty. That's why your hair's always got residue in it. You're gonna have to wash your hair like 4 times to get all that out there. With gloves. Okay, I'm back. I am so sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I was helping my sister dye her hair. I should have just turned my stream off. But it was going to be a little bit of a disaster if I didn't go in there and help her out. Oh, right now I'm just working on playing with this plastic bin that I decorated for storage use in my room. And I just put a little bit of paper on it. So that I can play with it a bit. Well, she was going to do it, and then, like, I realized she's never actually done her hair before, like, herself. I've always done it. And the color that she wanted would have been kind of, it needed to be blended with some other colors, so it just, I was like, it's fine. So we did it blue and purple and pink. It's just that it was, I'm not feeling well. I still have pneumonia pretty bad, and so I'm having a hard time, like, focusing on things and doing things, so I definitely yeeted a bunch of conditioner all over the bathroom accidentally. And hair dye a few times. So that was the thing that happened. Oh. Guess I didn't put enough gesso on that part. How are you doing today? Anyway, just, you know, doing things. I slept all day yesterday trying to get rid of this illness. And I'm still sick, so I got that going for me. My toe is no longer black. It's gray now, which I don't know if that's better or not. I'm going to go with, I hope so. It's still leaking stuff, but I don't have time to go to the doctor right now. Still taking these antibiotics though, so if it's infected, it should technically help that as well. I think. Whoop. Oh yeah. what I'm talking about. Some snot. That's always good. Better out than in, I guess. It's hot. I'm sweating now, and I smell like a cake exploded all over me because the conditioner that I used to thin down her stuff was extra nasty. I usually just use mine, but she had a bunch, so. Let's see, how about Jussieu? Yeah, I mean, it would have smelled good, but it was like over the top, like sickeningly sweet. My mom bought it for her, and it's got like her hair's oily already, and my mom got her like, hey, Moot Blast, thanks for joining. My mom got her like, whatchamacallit, like, so her hair's oily, and she got her like super conditioning stuff because her hair's been bleached, but she didn't realize that my sister doesn't actually need that like crazier conditioner. Let that dry a little bit. Oh yeah, I'll do that. Okay. Yeah, this is, I mean, it was a synthetic scent too. So like it wasn't like vanilla cake. It was like what something in like a kid's shop would want to be vanilla cake. Well, she just doesn't need, like, it's fine to use conditioner, but like she went to get her hair cut, and I hadn't really been paying much attention. I thought she'd just not been washing her hair as much. I'm trying not to give her a hard time because she's been through so much lately. Hey, Antje. Yeah, she just, she went to get her hair done though, and they were like, you should take it easy on the conditioner. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought it might be that, but I didn't want to, like, I don't know. I'm just trying not to harass her too much about stuff because she's got a lot going on, and there's just not, like, I don't care if her hair is that oily, but that's definitely the issue. So I switched her to the stuff that I use, which is, it's a conditioner for color-treated hair, but it's much lighter than that stuff. My mom has like good intentions. She just doesn't really understand. Like if she'll buy something if it says organic on it or if it says whatever on it. Like she doesn't even really know what that means, but she just gets taken in by marketing. A lot of people do. But she got it at Sally, and you know, she doesn't really do hair either though, so like she doesn't really know the difference. I mean, that's normal. A lot of people do that. Just use this on here. No, you don't have to do hair to know something. Like, I'm not a professional hairstylist, but like I know that it's not good to put like super thick conditioner on somebody's hair that's already oily. I mean, the reality is that she didn't even teach my sister how to wash her hair correctly until like last year or so. There's a lot more going on than that. All right. Let's put that there. against this. So this is great because it's silicone. Just wipe that off. These ones that I get wet, I'll just reuse these later when they dry out. Okay. I have like a reuse pile. Well, no, she doesn't need to research because she's the kind of person that researches things all the wrong places. And the next thing I know, she won't even be doing her hair with shampoo. She'll just be peeing in it or some dumb, crazy shit like that. Got some new scissors. New scissors, who dis? And the pee thing, I'm not kidding. She probably would get on one of those pages. She belongs to all these conspiracy groups. She's not a healthy person. Let these dry out. Okay. Still wet, and that's okay. Yeah, she needs to be hospitalized is what it really is, but deal with that right now. It's fine. My sister's staying with me now. I made these a while back and I hadn't used any of them yet, so I figured why not. These will go on clear, but I'll paint them. Just do a couple little spots of them. I don't know. In some ways, I think I'm a pretty good influence, and in some ways, I think I'm probably not, because I'm kind of cynical. Not cynical, but like, I've seen a lot of shit, and I try to be like really positive. Like, I'm one of those people that's kind of like, most of the time I'm just like, oh, things will be okay, you know, or whatever. But like, at the same time, like when it comes to my mom, I'm like, no, she's done. Like, there's nothing like else we can do for her because she just doesn't want to listen. Like, she's got so many problems that she doesn't want to address. And when she does try to address them, the only thing she does is pretend to, so that she can get on people's good sides and get what she wants out of them. And then we have to deal with her going down a spiral again. So, I mean, it's just not, I can't, like, you know, there's only so much I can do. And I know my sister loves my mom, and I do too. But my mom is not capable of, like, caring about what anybody else thinks. Like, she literally can't care what I think. She doesn't have that, like, capability. She acts like she cares. I'm heating up. This is actually hot glue. I'm just heating it up a little bit so it forms a little bit to the shape. it'll be fun once that sets and dries. And let's see. That should be good enough for that. I may do these ones, this one with metallic. I may just do one right there. I actually have little things to hold stuff like this up. Yeah. The thing is, like it's like this. She is delusional and she's paranoid. She lies and she's violent. And if you talk to her and she did something bad to you or she freaked out on you, she would just tell you that she has anxiety. And like, I believe she has anxiety, but her anxiety right now is manic. So it's hard to deal with that because, like, for example, she doesn't even, like, she brought up something the other day in the car, and I kind of brought this up. You should check out my Discord because I posted about it in there, but, like, my sister had to see her the other day, and my mom was, like, super manic, and she started, and she said something, and she was talking about how, like, she really loves seeing, like, my sister and I and Brian, like, all goofing around and having a good time. And I was like, well, it's easy to do. She's a pretty good kid. And my mom, like, turned around and said something like, yeah, well, I didn't have to hit her much. And it's like, to my mom, that's, like, a normal thing to say. And that, like, hitting people is okay. And that upset my sister. It upset me. And then when it upset my sister, she was, like, started getting nasty with her when, like, she's the one that brought that shit up. Like, and I just told her to stop. I was like, you're making everybody uncomfortable. You know, I don't think it's, you know, appropriate to talk about hitting kids anyway, but, like, come on. I almost threw her out of my car. Like, I'm a pretty patient person, but, like, that even upset Brian, and Brian is super patient. But this shit, it's just every day it gets crazier. And then she wrecked her car a couple days ago now, and she just got out of surgery like 3 months ago for her back, which is why my sister's staying with me now. Because I saw her house and, like, what shape it was in, and it's not suitable for anybody to live there. Not even her, but she's staying there anyway because she doesn't want to listen. But at least she's moving, I guess. I don't know. I just, like, I care that she's in an unsafe place and I don't want her to be there, but she can't stay with me. Like, I can't handle being around her for more than, like, 10 minutes at a time anyway. I'm going to have to tilt for this one. And if you've ever grown up or been around, not even grown up, but just been around, like, exceptionally toxic people, you know that it's just, it's so draining. It's like you can't get anything done. And you can't, and even when you can get something done, you can't do anything well because that's all you're thinking about is, like, what's going to happen next. And it's like that every single day. So I'm gluing these little hot glue pellets that I made on here. I made these a while ago for a project I was halfway working on, like you do, and I decided to use some of them because I hadn't yet. I had used a little bit of the hot glue, but I hadn't actually used these. I had used some that I made right on the piece, but I wanted to, like, have some in case I ever wanted some, since I had the glue gun out. I could technically hot glue these on, but I don't want to deal with it, getting it out. How about, let's see. can still smell that damn conditioner everywhere. I do this thing all the time where I buy a bunch of stuff that's used for like organizing, and then I end up making something and using that more. Like I have so many little things around this office that I've made either here or at the place I used to work that was just for like organizing, made out of like old trash and cardboard, and I got little boxes made out of cardboard, and it's just more fun for me. I should hook up my blacklight light. I have a blacklight light that goes next to my camera that I can use sometimes. I should put that in there, do some more, because I have a bunch of blacklight ink. Might be fun to do. I'm going to switch to black gesso. I think I have some black gesso in just a little container. You know what? I have all sorts of stuff I can add to this. I almost never use my embellishment things that I've either made or... I have so many things that I've made for stuff like this that I just rarely use because I'm so picky about like what I add to my mixed media pieces. Let's see. So I've got black gesso. Is it in here? Keep it all in these. So I like to take some things with me. So I have all these various bags with like different sets of pens and things in them. And I still use them all in here. But I recently packed for a small trip and I took gesso with me and I don't think I used any of it. But I thought I put it all back because I know this was in there. So that means that it's got to be around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. I knew I had it like close. So I've been putting my, so I have like big things of gesso, and then I have matte gel, lightweight gesso in here, and then black gesso in here. Because otherwise I've got my black gesso is like this big huge container. And this is the Cheap Joe's as well. This is good stuff. I think Cheap Joe's gesso is the best gesso that I've tried. And I have tried a lot of gesso, including making my own. I like things to be a little darker when they're for me. This song is very Bowie. Or like a little Led Zeppelin-y. Gesso is, I make a lot of artwork out of it actually. Or at least I used to. I haven't in a while. It's like thickness, like three-dimensional stuff. I mean, it just depends on what you're doing. It's certainly not necessary for everything. I use it for various reasons. I don't use it, I mean, I use it for primer, and I use it for texturing. I mean, it's essentially plaster, so. Thinning it a little. blending it into some of the white that's still wet so it grays down. It's very matte. I'll leave those white. Yeah, that's a good primer. Depending on what you're using. I mean, what you're doing. But yeah, I like it for priming. I don't prime everything with gesso though. Sometimes I use Kills if it's a big piece, because I can just buy it by the gallon and brush it on there. Cheap Joe's gesso is really thick, the prime stuff is, so I always end up spritzing it with water. This is only like this because it was in a... I usually cover this part and I didn't, because, you know, as nice as it is to be able to reuse stuff like this, this is not the ideal thing to use. Yeah, Kills is really good, especially if you're doing like anything that's going to be outdoors or anything that might possibly hang somewhere that, you know, may not be, you know, if you're going to be like showing in a gallery that's like in a basement, you know what I mean? How there's like, or like a restaurant or something. I have a bunch of like really, really big pieces that I actually, you know, I need to add to my galleries. I have a bunch of really huge pieces that, I'll leave that one white. You know, it's fine. It doesn't matter. That when that dries, it's going to look kind of blended because it's gray and it's watered down. But I'm going to do this real quick. So I'm going to take this. Oh God. This. Put it back in there. I like mixing stuff in the lid, but I don't want that much in the lid. I'll just caress this down the sides there. So it's not quite at the top. Okay, all right. That's fine. A little moisture is fine. Now, I'm also not like super picky about getting moisture into my stuff. Like, I will let moisture get into my stuff. I don't get it in my, like, you know, paints that I'm worried about getting moldy. Like if I mix up some plaster, I'm going to use distilled water if I want to use it again because it's going to get moldy. But with my gesso, it's like, it's totally fine to do it. Okay. So now, it started like this light blue color with some pinks and stuff, but it's going to be spoopy. Spoops. So I'm going to maybe make it spoopier. I don't know. So let me get all these little bits put up. So these are all little bits that I made for different things out of hot glue, and then see what you got here. Stickers, I got paper pieces, I got clay. Probably don't need to put the clay on here, it'll make it heavy. Plus I won't see it from far away. art tiles. I can throw an art tile on there maybe. Hey Ace, you want these beads or some of these beads? I don't know if you've seen these or not.
What?
If you want some beads,
So,
you can have some of these. If you like beads, they're in here. I keep my beads in there and right here.
when should I wash this out?
Whenever you want. Sometime before you go to bed.
Well, when are we going to dinner?
What time is it?
I don't have my phone on me.
An hour? So maybe watch it on just like a half hour or something. Got these little word bubbles. I have an idea. I have this little tiny clay thing I made. This is so hard to put on here. You have to like put it on exactly right. The damn thing catches. Oh, the beads, yeah. Tools. Okay. Okay, I don't know what this stuff is made out of, but it is nasty, but I need to use it for this because it covers metal. My free real estate. For the patina, metal patina stuff. It's black. I'm gonna start with black. This is just a piece of paper I had. It's got gesso on the other side of it. This is my gross brush. I definitely don't want this to be perfect. I just want to darken it up so that it'll take some color. Oh, it stinks. It's more like enamel and paint. Like, it's like hobby enamel a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what it is, actually. Rebranded for crafters. But I got a good deal on it, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. And I'm not doing all of it. I'm just doing parts of it, and I'm going to flip it over to the other side so you can kind of see what I'm doing. You can see it a little bit here. Just covering up the silver. It dries pretty quick, so I don't have to worry about that too much. I technically don't have to brush it against the paper. I just am. It's easier that way. Plus it gets on the paper, and this will make for something interesting later to cut out and use. And then that part I'll repaint later. Like once I bend everything and get it where I want it, then I'll do it again, but I just want a preliminary coat here. And I think I want to do green. I don't use a lot of green. I have turquoise too. Let me see here. Oh, that's alcohol ink. Okay. I'm just gonna blend the green in with the black. This is like dark, like deep forest green. I've got some like a rusty color too I can add to it. This is, what is this? Topaz. So this is supposed to look like patina. It's gonna be like a golden green. That's pretty. It's very hard to see. You won't be able to see it until I use it like on the piece. You can see. Oh, let go. You can see it here. You can see it here a little bit better. It's the color. Flip it over. And again, it'll get touched up. I'm just doing this. This is preliminary. This just makes it easier in a second. Let that dry. It's definitely on my fingers, so yay. I actually can barely smell it because of my pneumonia, so. And my, let's see, pneumonia, bronchitis, laryngitis, and sinus infection. Whoop. So. It is good for metal, though. That's what I use it for. I'm going to go ahead and do, since I have some still, again, I always try to use stuff. I may or may not use all of these, but I always try to use stuff if I have it out because I don't want to waste it. You cannot really clean this out with water. You can rinse it if it's still wet, like that. Like I just dumped it in the water. So what I usually do is I dump it in the water and I let it stay wet until I can get some paint thinner on it, because it definitely takes paint thinner. Just gonna do the top of that one. And let's see, what do I wanna choose? Like this one. I kinda like this one. I want to use Cofac on it. I have a little handy helper thing that like I never ever use. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean I have a lot that use paint thinner, but I try not to use those too much because they're usually not archival, and I try to make my work archival, things that don't yellow. If I'm using something that requires paint thinner, it's going to be something like this that is going to be outside of a paper substrate type thing, or something that is, I don't know, more... So I also gave it a little bit of texture, which this can do. And then when that dries, and I'm so lazy. That's my holder for that now. Okay, so that's good. And that should have been enough for this to dry so that it's not sticky. Yep, that's fine. I am going to pop this off because this actually dries really fast, so I'm just going to pop it off, and the bottom is clean, so I'm just going to set it over here on my silicone sheet. I'm starting this I do have a hobby drill, and I have regular drills, but sometimes I just like to get the awl out and just do it that way. It's easier. Okay, so this is my loop. And this will go in. I just gotta twist it a bit. Make it into a little blade. What is that? Oh, I see what's going on. The back is flared in instead of out. Oh. Yep. I need a beam reamer. I think I have one somewhere. It's been such a long time since I made beads, though. Am I missing one? Yes. Get in there with your brothers. Thank you. And that just became a lock. So see if this works. It may not work. This little jump ring, split ring, whatever. Got him. Guess I took it all the way off. I'm doing really good today. Let me just tell you. It's one of those days. How about this may work. If it works, it'll be tight, which is what I want. If it doesn't work, then I have other things I can use. I just thought I would try this because I like doing things the hard way. Look at her. Coming through. That's what I wanted. Right there. Nice and tight. Okay. Do everything, turn, turn, turn. It'd be nice if you could see what I was doing, I guess. So now it's going through the plastic, nice and tight. So what I'm going to do is just take that, position the pieces the way I wanted with 2 up and 2 down, crossing each other, and then I'm just going to use this to pull it down and bend it against itself. It should stay. Now, it won't be perfect or anything, but it'll be what it needs to be. I might pop this part out through the front to give it a little bit of a twist. Right here, so you can see that. This metal is pretty strong, so it's not that easy to futz with. Good morning, Lincoln. Okay, so it's sticking out, but not too much. It's not too tight, not too loose. That's what I wanted. Okay, so down here, I got some mess. Cut it off. Let's grab these right here. Come on, get in. There we go. That'll get glued maybe. We'll see. Clip that out of the way for a minute. Do a slip knot back on itself with, let's see, there. Fine. Okay, go ahead and wash your hair. And then I'm going to slip it under itself here as well.
Do you want to help me since I didn't get it all last time?
Well, you can wash it a couple times and yell for me.
Okay.
There's also a mirror.
I'm going to have a short nap.
Okay, but we need to go eat in like a while.
Right.
Okay.
When she's done with her hair.
Okay.
Where are the hair dye towels?
Brian, can you get her a towel that's okay for dark stuff or whatever? So now it's hard to see, but there's like a little loop there. And that'll be pretty later. I'm just gonna make this one go straight around. And then I think the words can be here. And these are gonna get glued. I'm just gonna glue these to the thing so that they don't spin around everywhere.
I need gloves.
Yep. You do. Let's get one in there. And this can be the end of this strand. Pretty much back around. Yep. I can position those later. There we go. That I don't want. I want it to loop there. Oh, it must have went through. You know what? It's fine. Doesn't even matter. It's supposed to be dirty anyway. It's basically a knot. Yeah, that's not strong enough for that. That's okay. Let me just go ahead and knot it up. Twist it or something, wrap it. Wrap it, twist it, pop it, shove it, push it, jam it. Kill it. I've got needle nose pliers too, but I don't want to get them out right now. These will work okay. I can do this with my fingers, it just cuts me up. I prefer not to. Yeah, brittle. Brittle beads. Let's do a brittle wire there. So there. That maybe not perfect for sure. Get some of that glue. Here. I'm just gonna put glue all the way down here. It'll hold everything on, and I don't even care because I don't mind having glue on stuff like this because it shows and it makes it kind of whatever looking. Things don't sit perfectly. And then I'll hit that with some tape to hold it on until it's dry. Gimme. The beginning of these washi tapes, is that even the beginning? Am I missing something? Yeah, that's it. Are always a bastard. Let me have it. Let me have it. Just let me have some tape. Ah, this was a crappy one. That's why I'm using it for this. Okay, so angle that. Gimmick is crying. And then let's tilt that. This is just to hold it to the glue until the glue dries. This is not like anything crazy. All right. Let me just wrap this back around to the top here. Just make it a little thing. Make it loose and then maybe hang stuff on it later. And this I might put something over to make it, to protect it a little bit. All right. While the word is our sentiment, as some people would call it, I don't really do that thing, but like that's my sentiment right now. It can be the my sentiment. Let's take this. All right. Do a mini cleanup. May still use those. I haven't decided. These are really heavy, actually. I'm not going to use those. I have this. Maybe I'll pop that on there. It's funny. It's like hang it. It's pretty. It's actually really long. All right. Mini cleanup includes getting these bits of metal out of here because I will step on them later or my cat will eat them. just end up in my hand randomly. Watermelon sounds so good right now. I have some grapes in the fridge, but we're gonna eat. We entered this contest. That was like, we went to Culver's and like did a thing where we did a thing on an app with the back of our cups or whatever, and we won a contest or like won a prize out of it, and it was like free meals at Culver's, a few free meals at Culver's. So we're going there for dinner tonight. Okay.
Okay, I washed my hair 3 times and then I rinsed it until it ran clear.
Okay.
Is that...
Should be fine. No. Just do whatever. I'm still just working on the background. I haven't added a whole lot of elements to this yet, as far as like concept-wise. I have added a few, I guess, but I'm gonna transition it, keep transitioning it darker. So this is all going to get darker, like purple, and then I'll do more layers as we move on. This can be thinned out and go into that. So this has all been gessoed. It's still coming up though, which I'm used to. The purple and the black and the green and the gold will go better. Who is it? Stuart?
No, it's
Oh, you? You like it?
yeah.
Good. I'm glad.
I think it looks neat.
See, I told you it'd be darker at the top, but it's not that bright yet. It's
It
good.
looks neat.
I like that bottom color a lot. That steel gray is really pretty. Steel blue. You show Brian?
Nope.
Oh, he's laying down. That's right.
I like it a lot.
Good.
Definitely a change. Which is, I feel like I needed with everything going on, you know?
I'm glad you feel better. I'm glad that you like it. Don't need it to be that long. It's fine. There. It was in my way. It was in my way.
Okay, so are we going to dinner?
Yeah, Brian's taking a short nap, so I'm gonna wake him up in like 10 minutes.
Okay.
You can let your hair dry a little more before we go out. Maybe. 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 Contrast is crazy. It's just rolling around. Let's see. That'll be green. I'll switch that one to green in a second. These should sink into the background pretty well. Not that, obviously, because that's pretty bright. It's up on top. That'll get a coat of gesso, I think, that part. It's not dry, but it's set enough that it's not gonna, the glue's just not gonna go everywhere. There. Right over that wire. This picky ass pen. I'll use real, like, epoxy on this later. I'm not going to worry about that right now. I don't want to fuck with it. It's kind of hard to tell what I'm doing, but I'm coloring the wire. It's a lot brighter than it looks on camera. Once this dries, this is actually like a metallic color. Hey, Greed Medusa. Thanks for joining. Just playing around with this. Doing a little project. How are you doing today? Sorry I'm not very talkative. I'm very, very sick. Probably wipe all that down in a second to get the excess off the plastic once it dries. Just wanted to start trimming it off, shaping it off. I'm gonna go pretty soon for dinner though. Shading some of these little random shapes I made. I haven't decided if I'm going to fill them out or not yet. Just popping some things out here and there. Like a constant push and pull between like foreground and background. I like to do that. I'm going to let this dry and come back to it later when I'm not going to keep messing up the letters. I may stream in the morning after I get off work. It just depends on how I feel. It's been a hell of a few days. So just playing around, messing with this plastic thing. I don't know. It'll eventually have markers in it or something. Whatever. just something to do. I have a bunch of projects that I want to work on, but I'm just too, like, I can't focus on anything I can't just throw together. I have a lot of stuff I need to work on, though. Sometimes you just need a side journey. Doing my little cleanup. I think I only poked one hole in my hand with the wire, so that should be okay. These packages are the worst. If I don't clean up my space before my next, like, anything, I won't get anything done. Like, I have to clean it every time. Every once in a while, I'll leave a project out if I'm 100% planning on working on it the next time I get on. But otherwise, I try not to do that. All right, I'm going to cut out. I hope you're having a good night. I will, if I come back on, it's not going to be till like 5 o'clock in the morning probably when I get off work, Eastern time. It's just water, by the way. It's a silicone sheet, so stuff just comes off of it. Washing it up with water, and this is one of the paper towels I used before. All right, all clean. Catch you later. I'm gonna go eat some food and rest a bit before I work.